All right, you see the chart right here. We're gonna like micro chunk our practice. So that just means being really efficient in a short period of time, and you're gonna have really good, results. So this is a minor triad, okay? In this case, it's a C minor triad. Chart's linked below. This is a flat 3, there's your minor third, the 5 and the 1, okay? Triad's 3 notes, okay? And we're gonna show you, but it's all about making music. If you don't make music, none of this doesn't really mean anything, okay? So what I would do, I love this because it's a bar, and here's the most important part. You gotta know where the 1 is in each triad shape, in each string set. Now, string set. See the far left of the chart, you see a red box around G, B, and the high E string. That is a string set. It's just a way of organizing these triads in our brain. They're across different string sets. Now there's 12 minor and 12 major triads across different string sets. I will link the playlist at the end. If you learn these, your progress will advance faster than just about everybody, and you'll see you can use them in, they're everything. Let's just put it that way, okay? Now, the reason I didn't write out E flat G C, which that's how you learn your notes too. This is how I learn the notes on my fretboard, and then it's not disconnected. It's in a contextual sense. It makes sense. I want you to know where the root is, and in this case, where's the 1? It's right here on the high E. So what does that mean? Let's think about this. If I know where the root is in this shape on this string set, I could move it down here to the 5th fret. You notice I didn't change the shape. Look, see the chart? I'm barring it with my first finger. Go down here. So that's A. Oh, I'm playing an A minor first inversion triad, or a 351. Okay? Now the fancy word inversion. Have you heard that word? Drop that in the comments. It just means when you take the 3rd or 5th and put it as the lowest fundamental note. So there's a first inversion, a 351. There's also a 513 second inversion. Now this all sounds like foreign language. I promise if you come back here and you keep coming back, it won't. I'm gonna keep looping back over and over till you get it. So in this case, because the 3rd is the closest, think of it as the closest note to your chin, the lowest fundamental note, right? That is a first inversion triad. Okay, enough on that. Now let's make some music. Your biggest thing you need to do every time you practice is connect at least one set of dots. And in this case, what I'm gonna do, I learned this is a C minor triad, first inversion, okay? Now I know where it is. I can move it to any key because I know where the root is. That's the important part. But I know right here, okay? And if you don't, now you do. This is a C minor pentatonic shape, okay? Because in the end, we're making music. That's all that matters with everything. And rhythm is king. So what could we do? Well, you need to make the connection that triad, that minor triad shape lives inside of this pentatonic scale that starts from the low E to high E, okay? See, hit the triad? This is what you want to do musically. So we'll just get to the music part. Arpeggiate it. Now, what am I doing there? If you don't know, this is the dot you need to connect, your light bulb moment. You see I'm doing these little pull-offs? I'm combining that triad, which is already a part of this pentatonic scale, and now I'm doing like little rhythmic melodic things, so. Arpeggiate it, okay? Get rid of the pick, do something like this. Okay, something, you just gotta be as musical as you can. It's all these different angles and approaches you take, they're limitless, and that's what makes you sound like you. So I'm just hitting down with my fingers and hitting that upstroke. See, I'm hitting it with my pointer finger on the upstroke. And then right here, I know there's a pentatonic, this is the high end part of that pentatonic shape. I just do a little pull off with my pinky to that triad shape that you see on the chart, okay? So go back and forth between your pick and your fingers. That could be just, you could do this for 3 to 5 minutes, and I promise you, you're gonna get so much better, okay? And definitely watch the playlist at the end that has all 12 major triad shapes and all 12 minor. Now we haven't gotten through on minor, but we're getting there, we're getting closer, okay? All we have after this is the second inversion triads. Now, one more thing, let's just kind of expand it a tiny bit. Right here, on the 6th fret, right here, this is on the A string, that is E flat, okay? Now, by the way, my guitar is tuned flat, so if you're not tuned flat, it's gonna sound off by 1 fret. But this is a E flat power chord or E5 chord. Okay, you guys know that shape, look at it. Now why am I showing this? Because E flat is the relative major to C minor. They're a family, they love each other, okay? So this is just the stuff you're gonna need. This is why you wanna know theory. So look. So right there, I just did this triad shape right here, C minor, okay? First inversion. You don't have to worry about first, second inversion, the 1, 3, 5. It's just different flavors. Like people ask me all the time, why do I need 12 different triad shapes? Because they all bring a different vibe. This one's super cool. And when you learn your triads, if you don't know already, you're gonna be like, oh. For those of you that know your triads pretty well, just drop in the comments for everyone else watching that hasn't gotten there yet, like how useful these are. They're the most useful thing in music, period, okay? Now, you gotta keep your rhythm flow. Without rhythm, you have nothing. So again, just take that triad shape and see if you can go from that to the power chord. Maybe go power chord, E flat. See right here, I'm getting practice muting. I'm using the fleshy part of my picking hand. I'm kind of resting it, and it's giving me a really controlled movement. And I'm just hitting that triad shape that you're learning right now, and I'm going from that to the bar chord. This could be your micro practice that's gonna give you like a lot of progression in the day. Look. Oh, you guys see that? I just did a video on that where you slide in and do that little, anyways, I'll link the video at the end. You gotta throw that and watch. You guys got this. So again, you don't have to practice for 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day or 5 hours a day. I've been doing a lot of studying on how to get better at like everything in life in shorter, more efficient periods of time. So just micro chunk your practice. This is a perfect one for you to start with. Get at it, grab the chart, it's linked below. If you're new here, you know what to do. If you've been around, you know what to do. Hopefully you'll stick around and we will just keep getting better at this thing called guitar. Oh, and I got a drum set on the way. You guys can watch me suck at drums. Gotta keep progressing, all right? Drop jellyfish. There's some jellyfish over there. Or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Drop where you're watching from. And only you can stop you. You won't stop. Keep going. I will see you in the next video. Peace.